Hi everyone, my name is Victor Ochieng. I'm a teacher of English, I'm a prolific writer and a published author. In this segment, I want to share a personal story, and I've been inspired to share this personal story because today we are celebrating Father's Day. I reminisce and I develop a rehash of my personal life. I was born outside wedlock. My mother caught my pregnancy before she got married. And after giving birth to me, she took me to my maternal grandparents in a remote village in the intestines of Sierra County. So I was raised by grandparents, maternal grandmother and maternal grandfather. Unfortunately, my mother passed on when I was 7. That means that my mother just died when I was getting into standard 1. The wonder of wonders is that when my mother died, she had not introduced me to my biological father. When she was still alive and kicking, I used to ask her to show me my father, but she only quoted for me Psalm 68 verse 5 that says in substance, "He's the father to the fatherless and the judge to the widows." So I grew up without a biological father, but I want to thank God because I had a grandfather who is still alive and kicking. He's old like hills, an octogenarian, which means he's between 80 to 89 years old. And he's the man that stood out. And I can say that he was a father figure unto me. I also want to thank God because I came to know the Lord at an early age. And I used to go to church called Christian Outreach Ministries. Those who know a place called Yala in Game, in the Sierra County, know the church. It is just patched close to the Sierra Sub-District Hospital, Yala Hospital. And this church, I met men that showed me a good example, and I can say that they teach me. They were able to teach me about manhood and matters manhood. As I discussed in one of the videos, that we have different forms of manhood. And therefore, I want to urge men out there that they ought to show young men a good example, and they ought to help young men mature up so that they stop being boys and they become men. Because for me, it was the grandfather and it was the men that I met in church. And that means that if then you're a single mother and you don't have a husband, that does not mean that the war is lost. There is a way you can tether your son to men in the society. These men are in the church, these men are in schools and all that. And therefore, your son will be able to get a model that can help him mature into manhood. That is my story. I'm Victor Ochieng, the director of Godspen Consultancy. You can watch more of these videos in my YouTube channel, Godspen Consultancy. You can also log into my website and read more, www.godspenconsultancy.co.ke. Thank you.